What's going on, guys? Savage Civilian back with another new video. Today I'm going to be doing a video of my current everyday carry backpack. I use this bag if I'm traveling, I bring it to work with me every day, etc. Basically, I've been saying I was going to do a video on this for the past 3 weeks and I've been lazy with it, so now I'm going to get it done. Briefly, anything that's in this bag that's available on Amazon, I'll throw a link below. I do keep a few articles of clothing in here that are currently in the washer, just because I'm getting ready for the week, but I'll show where they go. I'll also show where my firearm goes that I keep in here, and then I'll do a separate video on that firearm. But Vertx Gamut 2.0 is my current bag. I kind of have everything thrown in here. I'm going to reorganize it as I kind of do this video, so I'm going to pull out what's in here and why. These little side pockets here, one on each side, water bottle holders. My one gripe about this bag is these bottle holders suck on the fact that they're not very big. I usually carry like a Nalgene or one of these Yetis. They won't fit in here. It will literally just hold like a regular plastic water bottle, which kind of sucks. I'd rather they be a little bit bigger. There is one on each side, but both of them, like I said, are very limited on space. They stretch good at the top, but then down here there's really nothing left and you can't fit a big bottle in there. Have a regular handle here. You have your straps, and then you have a strap here to go across here, like your chest stomach area. They come with this little name tag piece. You got your main this is basically where I would keep my, if you're familiar with like the Eberly stock jackknife or something, this is where you can hold an SBR, or I keep my SIG MPX in here. But it folds kind of like a jackknife spot, and it's separate from the actual backpack itself. I keep a notepad in here. I understand we have cell phones. I write everything on my cell phone. This is more for if my cell phone was dead or weird scenarios, like God forbid you get a little fender bender in a parking lot and you want to leave your insurance information, etc. I would use this paper for that. Like I said, these are both empty due to the fact that they don't fit the water bottles that I use. Moving over to here, they have side zips. I work for a lot of different security contracts, Homeland Security, DHS, DOD, etc. So sometimes when I'm gone with this bag, I'll be working for a week, months at a time. So I try to keep daily use shit in here as well, like toothbrush, toothpaste. This is air. I get shitty allergies, so it keeps my nose moist. I keep a bunch of these lemon packs. I'm currently trying to cut some weight, so these are like 0 calorie, no aspartame, just straight up lemon and lime. Keep a little mini spork in this side. I can't dig it out, but there's a patch of matches in there. And then this little guy is a full silverware, chopsticks, etc. Super neat, by the way. I use this a bunch, especially if I'm door dashing or ordering fast food and they forget silverware, which they do quite often. Get more light in here. This thing comes in clutch. It actually has a chopstick, like a set of chopsticks as well, and it's all metal, not plastic. So that stays in here as well. So again, spork, silverware set, toothbrush, toothpaste, etc., nose spray, and some water packets. I may honestly switch back out of this bag into something else just for the fact that I'm not happy with the water compartment size. Moving to the other side, the only thing I keep in here is this is called a Reaper bar, and it has a blade, a bottle opener, a couple different wrench sets, a pry bar. I've never had to actually use it, but if you ever had to pry a door, or, you know, like I said, it does have some like 10 millimeter, 12 millimeter type sockets on it as well. For the price, this thing is super reliable. I haven't used it to pry a door or anything, but I have used it as like a tool, and it is very good quality. I think it was an Amazon pickup, honestly, but again, it's called the Reaper bar. It does come with this little sheath and belt clip. It's a little too big for me to think that you would actually have it on your belt, but I do keep it in my bag, and it takes up very little space. Next to that, in my bag, I just keep these. I forget what these are called, but they're almost like a zip tie, but rubber. Gear ties. I think they're called gear ties. And they can come in use for anything. Again, not something I use often, but I'd rather have it in here if I ever did need it. Carabiner hook. I just use this if I'm throwing my bag around. I just clip it through like this. Not only can I use it if I actually needed it as a carabiner, but it keeps my zippers together and stops my bag from, you know, accidentally unzipping or somebody trying to unzip it. And I just keep it on one of them. And like I said, when I want to, just clip that one on. Same up here. I got a little paracord bracelet I bought from like a mom and pop store, but use it on there as paracord. And then on this side, I have a Night Force bag with a cloth in there that I use to wipe my glasses. This came with like a Night Force optic that I had bought in the past. This top one is like my quick grab stuff. So in here I have hand sanitizer, a 3-way charger, so this will charge iPhone, older iPhone, and like a micro C. A block for it, random pen, another hand sanitizer, a couple dude wipes, some cheaper throwaway type ear pro, and Wicked Rescue. Talked about this in my last video. If you have eczema or any sort of dry skin, this is a mom and pop company, and they make this strictly out of like I think it's, let me see, it's shea butter, coconut oil, etc., but it works really well. So that's kind of what stays in here. This is like just quick grab shit that I use all the time, like I'm always throwing on sanitizer or grabbing a phone charger. So that goes in this top compartment. Moving to the front, this is a rip away, and this has a, I'm not going to pull it all out, but we have a CPR mask, a IFAK kit. This is strictly quick clot and stuff like that. I keep a little Tylenol pack over here, flashlight that I can clip on my hat, another Streamlight Mini. This guy, what's this one? The MicroStream USB, so it's rechargeable. It's a really nice light for you know, lightweight and just doing something in your car or something like that. Not a duty light for that's going to brighten up something outside crazy, but something up close it'll work fine. Keep a Kubi knife, again just a cheaper knife. It's not my EDC knife. More of like if I needed to pop a door open, or if I needed a knife I wasn't worried about breaking. And then a couple Sharpie markers are in here as well. And then this kind of Velcro's in there. Zips on the side, and like I said, it is a rip away. So if I just took this tab and yanked it, it would open right up. So God forbid there was a car accident or anything, and I said, hey, go to my bag and pull the cord. You pull this cord, it'll rip all that down. Very nice feature about this bag is it opens completely up like this, but it has these buttons here that stop that and just allows you access to the top. So normally, inside this big part of my bag, I would have clothing, but I don't have that in here right now because, like I said, it's in the washer. I don't know if you could hear it in the background. I apologize if you do. Inside here, this is where I would keep my clothing, and then back here is where I would keep my laptop or my iPad, whatever I'm using that day. And then you can see all these compartments up front, which I'll zip back up and go through. So starting with the bottom one is just an emergency blanket. Can be used for a bunch of different stuff. Going up one, Streamlight headlamp, a couple throwaway earplugs, mainly if I'm at the range and forgot to bring extras or something. My battery bag I just put up there because I'm charging some batteries, but I also keep a little bag in here that has 123As, double A's, etc. And then up top I have a tourniquet, and then opposite the tourniquet I have, I gotta look up the name of this and I'll put it in the description, but it's a mini titanium tool and it's super cool because it's got a little clip. It's small, but if you pull this out, it has all these different bits in here, and you stick it like this and you literally use it to torque stuff. So I use this at the range all the time for making sure optics are tight or adjusting an optic, stuff like that. It was not cheap. I believe it was like almost $100, but again, that's because it's titanium and it's very well made. Again, that's all that would be in here because this would have clothes in it. My firearm that would go in the back that I keep in here is a SIG MPX, and I will drop a link below to that video. That's it on that one. If you have any questions, feel free to drop a comment below. As always, please like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow. I'm trying to do something with this here. And I noticed that like 74% or 75% of the people that watch the video aren't subscribed. So please hit that subscribe button and turn the alerts on. It's free. And again, it helps the channel grow. Any questions or comments, again, drop them below. I'll see you on the next video. Take care.